purchased, so these are going inside. So hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jessie, and this is Living on a Prayer flower farm that's no longer a flower farm. I may need to change the name. I don't know. I still love living on a prayer. I feel like that's what we're constantly doing, is we're living on a prayer. We're praying the plants don't die, right? But as you can see behind me, the front area looks beautiful. All the perennials, well, almost all the perennials are coming back. The larkspur went from looking really weedy to just beautiful explosions of color, and it's a lot of fun watching the garden come to life during the spring. I personally do not like the heat. I am let it be cold all the time personality, but I also love just watching it be beautiful. I'm actually about to start a stay-at-home job where I'll be able to look out my den window and see the garden while I work. So I'm kind of excited about that. But today we've got some planting to do. So I planted these marigolds back in 4/13. So April 13th, I planted all these marigolds, and I've also got a tray of zinnias. We need to put these out. These have been out hardening in the sun, getting prepared to take on the full sun for about 4 weeks now. I've had them out here. Well, I guess less than that. Pretty much as soon as they sprouted, I started putting them outside to get sun, so it wouldn't take as long to harden them off. So we're going to plant a lot of these today. All the zinnias, we're going to get them in the ground, and I'm putting them out in the flower beds where last year I planted a lot of petunias and annuals, and we're just going to let it be a marigold, zinnia, free-for-all. I also have some cosmos that aren't ready to go out yet, and some ruby parfait celosa as well that I'll throw out there. But this is cocoa gold marigold, and it gets these big, giant orange blooms, and they're just beautiful. The issue I'm having this morning, though, I can't find my drill. Where is my drill? I'm hoping my husband just texted me with where it is. Probably left it outside to rot somewhere. Helpful, babe. Very helpful. And also true. But I've looked everywhere. I can't find it. So let me find my drill, and then we'll get to planting. Not only did I find my auger and my drill, I also got a confession out of my husband, who accused me of leaving this outside to rot, which I did leave this outside, which if it was where I left it, I would have found it. He had grabbed it and placed it in a drawer inside to protect it. So, yeah. Also have my cute little pink auger that I've never used before, but small job, so let's get to planting these seedlings so that they can turn into a beautiful color show later this summer. I hope I'm in focus. I might not be, but I've got a few volunteer zinnias already showing up in this front bed. So this is the bed where my original crabapple tree died, but it's coming back. And I'm just kind of letting it do its thing. But in the meanwhile, a lot of plants don't really do well here. I'm not sure why. But I know that my marigolds really hated it being up against the house last year. They just didn't get enough sun, while the zinnias did fine. So we're going to plant several marigolds throughout this bed and into the new bed. And come end of June, early July, it should look beautiful. One hole. Two holes. Three. Millie doesn't like the drill. Imagine that. All 3 beds are planted now with zinnias and marigolds. All different kinds of zinnias, by the way, just different colors. But I wanted to show y'all something real quick. I want to show you my baby blue eucalyptus tree. Look how big it's gotten. It's taller than me now. So it's pretty exciting. Look how tall that is. Ah! So I've got 3 out of the 4 lived. So that's not too bad. I've got another one over there, not quite as tall as that one. And then the one in the back is just kind of you know. I'm excited to see these zinnias and marigolds take off. I went ahead and planted a little bit right there as well. I've been keeping that covered during the winter so I wouldn't have to pull weeds. But like most dirt, it's not good to leave it just with nothing growing. So the marigolds are on the outer corner where it gets the most sun, and then zinnias are on the inner corner. Now for this front bed area, I've got a lot of larkspur blooming, but I also have several zinnias left, and I really love the way this bed looked last year once the zinnias started blooming in it. So we're about to start doing a little trim up job and getting rid of some of these littler larkspur that may or may not bloom, and if they did bloom, they wouldn't be that great. But to free up some, I can't breathe, I'm so wore out. Free up some sun area and be able to plant some more zinnias in this bed, because they do well in this bed. Marigolds, not so much. Zinnias, yes. So let's get to cutting some larkspur. Like, look at this. This is like really thick right here. It's kind of blocking the sun for some of these other plants. So I'm going to go and just clip all this larkspur back and remove it. Except this one. This one's too pretty to clip. The rest of them can go. The truth is, when I planted all these larkspurs, I planted them further back in the bed, and then it rained and it pushed like all the seed forward. So all you see is a bunch of larkspur at the front instead of at the back as originally planned. I also planted a lot of delphinium in this bed as well, but as you can see, a lot of it did not work. I have one delphinium over there that's trying to come out, but it's not going to bloom. We're way too hot here in zone 8B. I planted it in the fall, but I really should have started it inside when I planted it and let it mature inside before planting outside, so that it would have bloomed at the same time as the larkspur. But you know, we learn. Someone please explain to me, after years of trying to grow larkspur like this, as a flower farmer, I'm able to finally do it when I stop flower farming. Look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. So these are going inside. So I cleaned up the bed. It looks a lot nicer. Gave some of the perennials room to breathe. So I'll plant in some more zinnias throughout this bed and then be done. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I will see y'all around. Bye.